the feed up on the cellular device. Yeah, guys, we didn't start the broadcast yet. I'm just waiting here. So, the live broadcast, live stream will be starting shortly. I'm just getting some stuff set up right now. Alright, we up. We up. So, anyway, guys, good morning. This is the third day and final day of this round of beta for Call of Duty World War II. And I'm extremely excited to play. But before we get to that, guys, before I do any more playing, I need to explain some stuff to you. And it's fairly important in my mind that I'm able to do a little complete fair review and how historically accurate this game is. Alright, to start off right off the bat, when you're playing and you're hearing shoutouts, like when I was playing on the German side, I was, whenever I lose a match, I would hear, if you keep up like that, you're gonna get sent to the Eastern Front. For those that don't know much about World War II, the Eastern Front of World War II was the Russian Front. The Russian Front was actually one of the most horrible places as a German that you could fight. There was not enough food supplies getting to you, so sometimes you barely ate a full ration for your meal for the day. It was always cold, and the Russians were just kicking your ass, basically. You know what I mean? You had the Battle of the Bulge, and then you had a couple more other battles, like the Battle of Stalingrad. That was the turning point of the war, because at that point, it was either going to go one of two ways. It was either Germans were going to whoop ass, or the Russians were going to whoop ass. And the Russians whooped ass because that was their motherland, so they defended her, and that is the reason why that little phrase that I heard before is such historical accuracy, is because that was a viable threat. If you got sent to the Eastern Front, you most definitely weren't going to be coming home. Or if you did get home, you were going to come home after the war, after you spent the next, year, 2, 3 years in a prisoner of war camp somewhere in Russia. And I don't even want to know how they treated them there. I don't know how they treated them. But I'm guessing not a lot of people survived. So, that's the first thing, guys, with historical accuracy. The next thing is, and I'm going to take you into my menu here, the divisions. I have a whole bunch of different divisions selected. I have the armored division. I have fucking fire. I don't feel like saying the names. Infantry, and the airborne. The divisions are set up in such a way that you can only pick up in a game what the certain whatever rifle is belongs to your class. Let's say I am an armored class and infantryman apparently drops a gun. I cannot go and pick up that gun because I am not part of that division. And that is kind of bogus, I think, in the mind of the game. Historically, I don't think that's real accurate, because if you're in war, you're gonna have guns from all different divisions laying around all over the place. And if you're out of ammo for one gun, you better be reaching to the next gun to get, be able to put some fire down on the enemy. So, I mean, it could be, and it isn't historically accurate all at the same time. So it's just kind of weird. But that was the next piece I was going to bring you to, though, is the historical significance of that, which there really isn't any. And the M1 Grand, guys. This gun, I was shooting with it yesterday when I was live streaming, and also when I was playing with Val Mike, the real Val Mike 1989. He is on my featured channel list. You can go check him out. And I was playing with this rifle, and this rifle historically is exactly the same as it was back in World War II. The pings there after you fire out all your rounds, your rifle goes ding because the cartridge is getting expelled from the weapon, and then when you're putting it back in, it's actually that push down, and when that all them rounds get in there, your action slides forward immediately. It's unreal, and that's why in the war, that gun actually, everybody said that was always a thumb trap, because if you didn't get your thumb out of the way in time, it got smashed right in the action, and it most likely broke your thumb. So that's just a little fun little fact right there. And I noticed everybody's running around with these. I seen M1 carbines. Everybody's like, I want an M1 carbine. And I said, here's the thing though. Actually, in World War II, your older soldiers, your older soldiers would see all these younger guys. They'd come off the boat. They'd rush onto the beach, and then they see your old guys, your sergeants with your Tommy guns and shit. You got your Tommy guns, and they're just laying down fire with these Tommy guns, and these young guys are just pew pew blinking away with their M1 Grands. So naturally, what are young soldiers gonna do? They're gonna go, I want that gun. I want the one that shoots fast. And they would, and a sergeant or a older infantryman who has been there for longer and has survived thus far in the war would gladly trade them their carbine for that M1 Grand. And the reason behind that was that back in the war, that gun, the carbine, had a really bad tendency to jam up, not work properly. Your barrel would get full of shit, and it just would not work. It would be it's a pile. So you'd be sitting here, dug in a foxhole, trying to fucking get your gun working so you could pop up and boom. You know what I mean? M1 Grand was a very reliable weapon. Back in the war, that gun, when you pulled that fucking trigger, you knew every single shot that you made would hit on dot. They would always fire. Very straight shooting, true gun in that sense. Um, and that's pretty much it. Besides with the M1 Grand and the carbine, the backstory behind those, it was just more of the old guys wanted the guns that they knew would work, and the young guys wanted the faster shooting guns that they thought were cooler in a sense of a word. And that is ultimately why a lot of young soldiers passed away in the war because they were shot, killed in action, because their weapons would jam up. Also, combined with not a little, with that little bit of war experience they have, they really were just inexperienced, and that's why we suffered a lot of casualties in that war for that reason. So, that's the M1 Grand. Now, the grease gun. This is the one I wanted to talk to you guys about mostly because I got to fire one of these. One that was, I believe, I can't remember where I got to fire this one. Was in state. Alright, well, anyway, continuing on so I don't sit here and back this whole thing up. I got to fire this gun. This gun, in the war, was a really good gun. It was fairly reliable, fast shooting, and the grease gun, I don't know how it specifically got its name, But in my mind, this gun, I think it got its name because every time you kill somebody, it's like, ah, I greased him. I greased that German bastard. So I think that's how that gun got its name. And now I'm basically going to sit here and rant about some issues that I'm having with the game. Now that we got all of the historical shit out of the way with this game. Besides, the uniforms are obviously correct. I don't know. I don't think they would ever fuck up a uniform because that is such a big part of this game. And there really isn't much else historically about it. So, anyway, guys, this game I'm gonna do 2 quick rants and then I'm gonna let you guys go. So, first rant. Game, I can have the same gun, the same fucking ammo, same everything, and I don't get the fucking kill. I don't know if I'm just a shitty shot, but maybe it is, maybe it's not. But these people with the same fucking gun can kill me way long before I get to kill them with the same weapon, putting up to sometimes half a clip or a half a fucking drum of shells into them. So I don't get that. Activision, fix it. Next thing is that campers, yes, they're here. They're in World War II. We're dead. Watch your corners, guys. They are every fucking where. So, anyway, guys, hope you enjoyed this historical significance video and my little rant at the end there. So, if you did, go down below, hit that like button, hit that sub button, hit that notification button so you know when I'm uploading more Call of Duty World War II beta videos, and also I have more Prey coming up for you guys in the next upcoming week or so. So, stay tuned for my Prey videos, and I will see you guys in the next video. So, peace!